excuse me, man. You're in my territory. You're in my turf right now. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
I was like, who's talking to me right now? It's like, that sounded so official. I was like, am I in trouble?
Hello internet friends, how's it going? I'm Laura, aka Shop Von V. I sell vintage and modern clothing on platforms such as Poshmark, Etsy, and eBay. And as you guys can see, I had a great sourcing day with Tiffany and Krissy. I will put a link down to their social medias down below. Krissy was actually visiting. She's from out of town, so it was kind of fun to see her kind of get to experience the Los Angeles Goodwill outlets for the first time. Just a little recap, I sell vintage and modern clothing on platforms such as Poshmark, Etsy, and eBay. This specific trip, I went to the Goodwill outlets. I paid $2.29 a pound for all the clothing. I did also, as you guys could see in the video, I did go into the regular Goodwill as well. There's one connected to that store. So I did get a little bit of thrifting in. However, I only found one item that was new and then a vintage item as well. So I always like sharing my vintage items first. I got my start in reselling by selling vintage clothing, so it's definitely where I'm the most passionate. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys all the vintage items that I got first, and then we'll go into all the modern day items. So to start out, I did get this 1970s Paisley number. This is just a polyester little button down. I'm kind of bummed that it didn't have the pointed collar on it. However, it does have that like little mock finish, which is kind of what I'm wearing right now. So maybe I shouldn't be that bummed because I do like the style. But yeah, couldn't say no to this. Like I said, little polyester button down. Next up, I was super excited for these because these are white high-waisted linen cotton blend trouser pants. I can still not get over these because who finds white at the bins in this condition? However, yeah, really stoked for these. Has kind of the loose baggy fit, so it does fall into that kind of like relaxed minimal modern style that I always dig. And yeah, I'm really excited for these. They could not have come at a better time either because obviously we're going into spring, summer, and white makes a huge comeback around this time of year. Okay, be prepared you guys. It's probably gonna blind you in the frame because it's so neon. I found this cropped LEI denim vest. And yes, it is neon lime green denim. And yeah, not gonna say no to that. Who would want to skip that 90s goodness? Not me. Next up is this, I would say, I mean, it's a single stitch. So I'm gonna say 1970s, 1980s, Kors crew neck t-shirt. However, this does have a stain at the bottom. This is probably a woman's like small medium, maybe men's small. The tag is so washed out that I can't even tell what size it was. However, I am thinking about cropping it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get that stain out, but did not want to pass on this. Like I said, it's single stitch, which on t-shirts, that's like the gold standard when it comes to vintage tees. You always want to look for the single stitch on the sleeve cuff and the trim. Next up is another t-shirt. Again, I don't do a lot of t-shirts, but this one I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna pass on that. It's a little Arizona, the Great Southwest Scottsdale little t-shirt. Yeah, little travel t-shirt. Call this novelty, travel, souvenir, all those terms. Great keywords to put in there. Okay, next up, I was really excited about this one. However, when I first picked it up, I thought it was maybe damaged, but then at closer look, it was not damaged. This is a like 1990s Y2K Betsy Johnson dress. It's such a great structure on it. I got a little nervous because I thought maybe someone like upcycled this and stitched this on. However, it looks like that's just the style. You can tie this side and then adjust this side. But yeah, it has that bias cut to it. It's beautiful. It's silk. As always with styles like this, there's gonna be a couple runs here and there. However, a vintage style with this cut, you just can't go wrong. It's beautiful. Next up, we do have a Floral Brazier because we're going into springtime and florals are groundbreaking. Can't say no to floral around this time of year. I just can't, you know, I can't deny it. I feel like this is a very boxy style, but again, I talked about this a couple times recently, but you know, belting a blazer, you can't go wrong. So I am very excited about this little number. I think it's beautiful. Okay, moving on to the modern items. I definitely don't have as many pieces as I normally do. Let's go ahead and start with the piece that I found at the regular Goodwill. This, I did pay up for it. However, I was definitely okay with that because this is a Rachel Comey blouse and it's new with tags. Still has the tag attached from Barney's, New York for $238. And Rachel Comey definitely holds her value. This top on eBay, recent sold, looks like probably around $100. So yeah, we'll see about that one. I was pretty shocked when I found it. And again, it was the only piece that I picked up in the regular Goodwill, but I was definitely okay with that because I was just having more fun using it as like social hour, which I felt kind of bad, but you know. Okay, so the rest of these are all bin finds and we're just gonna run through them real quick. This is a Chaser thermal top. I know Chaser, I think just recently started selling at Costco, so this might be one of those Costco tops. However, it was the bins and it was just one of those situations where I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna not pick it up. So next up is a Free City pair of sweatpants. This is actually the first time I found Free City in good condition. So I'm actually very excited about this. Free City tends to do really well. Comps are always very promising on it. So stoked about that one. Next up is a pair of Madewell shorts. The only reason I grabbed these is because we're going into the summertime months and I do need to start collecting shorts. I probably would have skipped on them a few months ago. Okay, next up is this really cute, just basic little Zara number, kind of draped little tunic. Again, I always love picking up Zara at the bins. I never say no to it. And that is the current label Zara, so, which might make it that much more on demand. Okay, I've been talking about this a little bit lately, but the Brandy Melville box that I am planning. I'm planning this like epic Brandy Melville box that I'm just gonna lot everything up and sell as a lot instead of trying to sell the pieces individually, just because the pieces individually don't really sell that well. However, you know, I was like, okay, let's start a little box and see how we do. Brandy Melville is always super lightweight because the clothing is typically like non-existent. Okay, next up is this Moths Anthropology pullover knit sweater. Just a basic little number on that. Again, with Anthropology, I'm normally looking at like 20 bucks, if that, on a style like that. And then next up is this Desigual? It's a kid's dress. I love picking up this brand because comps aren't always like huge. There's definitely some bolo pieces by Desigual, but I feel like I'm totally saying it wrong. But yeah, I went ahead and grabbed it anyways. Again, it's the bins, and then also just the fact that, yeah, this brand always sells. Like, it always moves no matter what. Okay, and this is the very last piece, and I'm very excited about it, and I have to get it up like ASAP because I think it's gonna be a great Valentine's Day piece. But yeah, this is like reseller gold. Everyone's always excited when they find this brand, and apparently it's the current tag. So this is Reformation, little red mini dress. And the best part is it's a size 12, which I was super excited about. I very rarely find Reformation that's not an extra small. So I was very excited that one, they started carrying sizes that were outside of just small, medium, large, and two, that this is just such a cute little dress and it's very current. So the best part about that dress is it's actually still available on Reformation's website. It looks like it goes for about $250, so comps on it are around that like $150 to $200 price point. So pretty stoked about that one. That definitely made my entire bins trip and I was very happy about it. Like I said though, definitely want to get it listed as soon as possible because it's definitely a Valentine's Day style. And yeah, so that was it for this bins trip. I definitely have a couple more planned coming up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.